Well, greetings LEGO enjoyers, and this is it. The last of this year's LEGO Formula 1 cars. But there is another one that's going to come out for the Formula 1, well, it's going to be based on that car in the Formula 1 movie, but this is the last one for now. It is set number 77247, Kick-Sauber F1 Team C44. Yeah, aka the Sauber C44. Yeah, because Sauber always likes to use the letter C with their cars. See what's in the set. Yes. It's a lot that works inside. Here you go. Okay. Yeah, and there's the average time to assemble a Sauber car. 12 hours. Wow, that is really long. But it takes an hour to assemble a LEGO car, which is actually accurate, unless if you make some mistakes, like I sometimes would. Yeah. I guess they knew how long it would take to assemble these. Because I actually did time it, by the way. It does take an hour. Or more, an hour and 20 minutes. Depending on how many mistakes are made. That's really stuck on there tight. Yo. Yeah, there's the helmet. There we go. Yeah. Sometimes some of the pieces can be fiddly, so that could affect the building time. Just don't make any mistakes. Or any mistakes that are costly to the build itself. Okay, here we go. It's one of the few sets to use this piece. Come on, get in there, man. Jeez. Only one piece of plastic. Get in there. See what I mean by mistakes. It's supposed to go on the green plates. Gotta follow the instructions. There. We shall have a good idea of what we're building. Anyways, was I? There we go. Get this set built so we can get to the big boy Formula 1 car. Yeah, that's a seat. It's a green seat. Don't forget any steps because I made that mistake last time. Skipping steps. And we shall slot it in. Slot it in. This is a lot of Lego sets that are Formula 1 related. Of course, it makes sense to have a set of each and every driver. there's our first stickers of the set. Yeah, they didn't factor in the stickers. Yeah. They didn't factor in the stickers. And they actually highlight where the pieces are, which is a nice touch. Alright, we got stick number one. Yeah, and Sauber is going to become Audi next year. Yeah, they're also going to get a new oil supplier for next year. Castrol. Because Volkswagen has a good relationship with Castrol, and it makes sense. Yeah, well, you could have any brand of motor oil for your Volkswagen. Volkswagen recommends you to get Castrol oil since that is the brand that they want you to get. Yeah, and if you get a Volkswagen, do not get any brand of motor oil other than Castrol, because Castrol seems to work the best for Volkswagen products, and I should know this because some of my family members own Volkswagens. They always use Castrol. Castrol is a good oil. I can see why they use Castrol. Since it is fit for European cars. And definitely Ford. Yeah, because Ford has Castrol as one of their sponsors. But it should be for Toyotas, though. Yeah, Castrol has a lot of companies that they can support. Even if one of them is not known for the best of quality, and that company's Ford. Volkswagen is known for a lot of quality. There we go. There we go. We got our video game style controller, which of course is the steering wheel, because it always looks like that in real life, like a video game controller. And we got the piece that's supposed to rest inside it, and we got more pieces to go there, and there, and there, and there we go. And we got one last piece to fit under there. But we did miss the claw pieces though. There, 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 there. Yeah, those are where the mirrors situate. Alright, bags number 3 and 4. Yeah, I give you a lot of spare pieces, by the way. I like building this car. It's probably one of my favorites. find the clipper piece. Let's find it. There it is. There's that clipper piece. Okay. This piece goes there. This piece goes there. Got them situated right where the instruction booklet told me to have them situated. Yeah, and this piece goes there. Yeah, that's where the air vent goes. Clunk it in there, man. Yeah, you really gotta force it in there. And yeah, it's supposed to situate like that, according to the instructions. You know I didn't make an error this time. It's actually supposed to situate like that. It looks so off though. There we go. And we got another tunnel piece. Yeah, this is for the exhaust port. Or the air vents. So usually call it, I don't know what they call them. But we usually call them roof scoops. Because they look like scoops. Roof scoops don't have any functionality in road cars, but in race cars, that's where the airflow goes. Because engines get really hot and you have to have as much airflow as you can. So that's why they get the roof scoops. Oh, jeez. Not holding together well, is it? Looks like we have a problem. Yeah. Trying to figure this out. Because that piece is supposed to sit flush. Yeah. This is a bit of an issue considering that the instructions are supposed to have it flush. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix this since it looks a lot different than on the instructions. Yeah, the only way you can actually get it down like that is if you really force it down. And try to get it where it wants you to be, or it wants it to be. Just have to fiddle around the pieces. Sheesh. Talk about a design flaw. Guess that is on brand for Sauber, though. Where the bottom white piece is supposed to be situated. Alrighty, here's what I found out. I'm actually putting them in the wrong way. Yeah, I fiddled around the pieces until I found a way that I could fit them in without having any piece interfering with each other. Yeah. Kind of ironic how Sauber crew members have problems with their own team because they do have a lot of problems in the pit stops. Yeah. This pretty much goes against Lego logic and how the pieces are made. Well, it's supposed to be in there. Jeez, like. It's not even very legal, so to speak. But anyways, we got the pieces and that is all that mattered. Now let's get some more pieces on there. There. Boo. Of things that have to be tackled this set. Alright, go. Yeah, that's basically just the rear chassis assembly. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to have them. Seriously, another unusual way to put stickers. Yeah. Here we go. Bags 5 and 6. That's where we assemble the aero parts. Yeah, these don't have much. Here we go. Fixed network, yeah. Sauber does need to fix some things with their cars. Yeah, I'm glad they fixed the pit gun problem. Because they had a slow pit stop. Yeah, it makes you wonder why Audi is going to acquire them. Because, well, Sauber does have a lot of issues. Yeah, a piece that dropped. There we go. We also got horns, because the rear end is designed differently from the other sets. There we go. Kick-Sauber. Here we go. Number 8. And 7. Well, 8 and 9. We got the usual cockpit halo. We forgot the wing mirrors. Hey, let's go. Alright, 15 and 16. There's a lot of decals there, jeez. At least they're not like model kit decals where you have to soak them in. And sometimes they rip apart when you try to get them on. It's always a pain. Yeah, I like the Lego stickers better because at least they go on without having to dump them in water. Yeah. You have to be careful because sometimes the adhesive will start to break apart over time. That is pretty much a problem I've had with a lot of Burago model kits. Water-based decals and stickers. Yeah, they're still pretty easy to put together. Well, they're challenging model kits, don't get me wrong. But compared to paint and glue together model kits, they're pretty much a breeze. Maisto model kits only have like 6 steps. Easiest model kits in the world. That's why I prefer the Burago model kits, because I like a challenge. Yeah, had a hard time with them when I was a kid, but now I think I'll try to get some Buragos. I got Burago diecast at Costco. They're still selling Burago products. But I have to look around for the model kits to see if they hold up to this day. Like, I remember that Burago model kits were very fiddly. Especially the Volkswagen Beetle Cup car. Yeah, they also had the water stickers, which are always a pain. But they were good. If you built a Burago model kit, you were the man. Burago always makes high quality cars for a good price. Feel that they should make airplanes. Remember when Maisto made die-cast airplanes? I don't think they do that anymore. Yeah. I think the reason why Burago doesn't make them is because Italieri. Yeah, it's a company that makes model planes. Yeah, paint and glue together model kits are pretty messy. Because you have to have glue, which is clear glue, and you also have to have paint. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting some Tamiya paint or Known Oil for my Terry Bond car. I want to get Known Oil because I think Known Oil works better than the paints that a lot of model kits have, although it's pretty expensive. Known Oil. Yeah, it's the kind of paint that guys use to paint their miniatures. Yeah, although I don't mind getting Tamiya paints because I think Tamiya It's probably the best quality of all the car model kit paints. Certainly better than Testors, I think. Because it's a Japanese company, you can't go wrong with Japanese stuff. All the stuff, like Michael J. Fox's character, Marty McFly, once said, all the best stuff is made in Japan. Yeah, Michael J. Fox. He's a Canadian actor. Anyways, these are less messy than those glue and paint together model kits. Should get to those. Yeah, I want to get purple Tamiya paint for the WCW car. If I ever get to it. Promise trying to paint the frickin' pieces, and after that you have to glue them on. Yeah, I think getting Gorilla Glue is probably the best bet, since it's Gorilla Strong. Although I have seen that Gorilla Tape was kind of overrated compared to T-Rex tape. Yeah, T-Rex tape. I always wanted T-Rex tape. There we go. Yeah. Lego pieces are pretty strong. Yeah, even in their darkest days, they always know how to make good quality pieces. These are pretty much akin to model kits. You can see why Speed Champions is a pretty popular line, because these are pretty much like model kits without the mess. And they're still pretty challenging. Gotta get the nose cone on there. 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 And the last piece is the tires. But wait, there's another piece left before that. Jeez. Yeah, let's see. Bippity Bob. I don't know what you call it. Alright, let's leave that piece. Yeah, it's crazy that these are in the end, because they usually be in the beginning or middle. Yeah. Glad that Valtteri Bottas is getting an F1 seat next year from Cadillac. I'd love to get a set of that car, the Cadillac F1. I don't know what their car is going to be called, but I'm pretty excited. Yeah, the reason why they got Cadillac is because they're positioning Cadillac as an international brand, as opposed to Chevrolet being a more national affair. There we go. It's the floor pan. And we're almost finished. There. Oh, almost all done. Got the tires. Yeah, the tires. Yeah, it's amazing that these 2022 regs will be coming to an end now. But the 2026 cars still have the same design philosophy. Just they're smaller. They're more than the other cars. Yeah. Sauber, here we go. Look at there. Excellent. The final ever Formula One car that I have to build. Because it has been a roller coaster building all these Formula One cars. And up next is the safety car, because the Formula One race can't be complete without a safety car, of course. Anyways, let's take a closer look at the set and see what it offers. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, I like the green pieces that they chose for this one. Yeah, and just like with any other LEGO Formula 1 car set, all you have to do to get the driver in is to raise up the halo and try to move around the arms, and there you go. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, it looks good. I say it is one of the better looking Formula 1 car sets in my opinion, because the green and black just make it kind of look like a car that would be sponsored by Razer. Yeah, the colors match the car in real life. But anyways, let's take this take the thumbnail and put the car where it belongs. Here we go. It shall join the others. Yeah, it looks good with all of the other cars situated. Yeah, including the Williams. Yeah, and they're all pretty much a nearly identical size. Yeah, it's kind of like Bionicle. All the cars can be considered clone sets, but they're built slightly differently from each other. Yeah, it definitely brings me back to Bionicle and how each set, even though they're built similarly, always had a distinct feel. Yeah, and they will look good on a track. So yeah, I am building a Lego Formula 1 track for these cars. But where's the safety car, you might ask? Well, it's going to be built in the next video. So yeah, but for now, it's time to sign off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just in case I haven't already done so. Catch you guys next time, and peace out.